Leona Williams has been the leader of the Next Generation Science Standards and the STEM programs at Forwood Elementary School since 2013. She is currently teaching grades 4 and 5. Prior to arriving at Forwood in 2009, she taught 4th grade at Claymont Elementary School for 2 years. She has a BS in chemistry from the University of Delaware and a Master of Education, Elementary Studies, from Wilmington University, as well as postmaster coursework from several universities. Since arriving at Forwood, Mrs. Williams has integrated STEM experiences throughout her curriculum. In the following excerpts from her presentation at the 2020 STEM Equity Conference, she describes some of these student experiences.
Hello, my name is Leona Williams. I'm a 4th grade teacher at Forwood Elementary School in Brandywine School District, and I'm a STEM educator. My classroom engages in STEM from day one. Last year, we got to know each other making STEAM hats that held a pencil and met height requirements. This year, I quickly assembled 3 STEAM projects for all 4th graders, including our special needs students in the intensive learning program. Access to materials supports equity. I provide students with access to STEAM Club materials and time to complete them in school. I share everything with my 4th grade team. When my class completed the marble run, student groups were given the same number of cardboard tubes and painter's tape, then challenged to make a marble run. The slowest time to complete the run was considered the winner, as they incorporated numerous angles for the marble to traverse. As a next generation science teacher leader for my district, I was asked to pilot Amplify science materials, which are next gen aligned. In these photos, you'll see my students building simple circuits using solar panels and supportive apps. Having for technology for all is another important part of STEM equity. My students collaborate in small groups working on hands-on STEM. This benefits every student's problem-solving skills. My English language learners who came from India, Pakistan, Mexico, and Vietnam this year also have an increased language benefit as they engage in discussion with their peers. I've been incorporating alternative energies to fossil fuels into instruction to better align 4th grade kits to the next generation science standards. I was excited to have the solar panel available for my students' use. I contacted Skype-a-Scientist, as I have in the past, looking for a good match related to alternative energies. I was connected to chemistry doctoral candidate Ms. Holly Fruehwald. She shared her research at Ontario Tech on replacing platinum catalysts in hydrogen fuel cell cars. I prepared my students by purchasing and demonstrating a model hydrogen fuel cell car. I shared books and videos. Here I am speaking to the entire 4th grade. All the students developed questions in advance. If you're thinking this is too high a level project for the typical 4th graders, you may be surprised. One 9-year-old wrote that Ms. Fruehwald should try iron. Sure enough, that was part of her research, using iron as a catalyst to replace platinum. What an exciting moment for Jakai, pictured here. It sparked an interest and his confidence in his STEM abilities. Holiday celebrations include STEM in my class. For Halloween, my students worked with UV-sensitive beads. They're white until exposed to sunlight, then turn pastel colors. My students made animals using white pipe cleaners and beads. Then they designed and created shelters to protect them from sunlight. They tested the shelters outside, then completed redesigns and more testing. I sent home materials for this project at our laptop pickup, so this 4th graders could have a similar experience. We learned more about sound waves on an Amplify app, then created musical instruments from recyclable materials. The kids formed bands and chose a song to play together. When we met together on Zoom for a rehearsal, I showed these small groups how to measure amplitude and look for patterns in wavelength. STEM kept my students engaged in learning through a very difficult period.